Ukraine's security service says it has carried out a bold naval drone strike against a Russian Shadow Fleet oil tanker in the Black Sea, escalating Kyiv's campaign to choke Moscow's oil revenues far from the front lines. According to an SBU source cited by the Kyiv Independent, the attack occurred on December 10th, inside Ukraine's exclusive economic zone. The tanker, identified as the Comoros-flagged Dashan, was reportedly heading at high speed toward Russia's Novorossiysk oil terminal with its automatic identification system switched off when it was struck. The SBU said Sea Baby naval drones hit the vessel, triggering explosions in its stern and causing what officials described as critical damage. Video released by the SBU and published by the Kyiv Independent shows large blasts erupting at the rear of the ship. While the outlet said it could not independently verify the extent of the damage, the SBU claimed preliminary assessments indicate the tanker has been put out of service. According to the SBU, the Dashan is valued at around $30 million and typically carries up to $60 million worth of oil products per voyage. The agency noted the tanker had already been sanctioned by the European Union, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and Switzerland for helping transport Russian oil while operating with transponders disabled. An SBU source said the operation was part of ongoing efforts to cut oil revenue flowing into Russia's budget, adding this was the third Shadow Fleet tanker disabled in just 2 weeks. Ukrainian officials argue such strikes are designed to raise the risks and costs of sanction evasion. Meanwhile, Zelensky struck a tough tone on Russian oil transportation.
There will be more sanctions against Russian tankers, against the entire infrastructure of the transportation of Russian oil. And this is correct. Ukraine in December will present its own package of sanctions against the tank fleet, which is working for the war. And we will expand this pressure in common formats with our partners. There will be new steps, and against Russian propagandists.
The reported attack follows earlier drone strikes on the sanctioned tankers Kairos and Virat off Turkey's coast on November 28th. Turkish authorities later reported another alleged drone incident involving the tanker Mid-Volga II, though Ukraine denied involvement, suggesting Russia may have staged the event. Earlier, Russian President Vladimir Putin called the attack on Russian tankers in neutral waters piracy.
To be honest, I haven't received the full details yet. I know that there have been attacks on tankers in neutral waters, or even waters that are not neutral, specifically within a special economic zone of another state, a third state. This can only be described as piracy, nothing else. The Ukrainian armed forces have attempted to strike our seaports before. We responded. We did not initiate these operations with these kind of strikes. I can assure you that our retaliatory actions are far more effective and powerful. And this primarily concerned vessels, ships that were delivering military assets, equipment, and ammunition to Ukraine. And we hit exactly what we wanted to, as evidenced by the secondary explosions we observed through aerial reconnaissance.
Ukraine has also targeted Russia's oil export infrastructure, with naval drones striking terminals in Tuapse and Novorossiysk. On September 24th, an operation Ukraine's military intelligence said temporarily paralyzed major exports. Former SBU officer Ivan Stupak told the Kyiv Independent the goal is to scare ship owners away from Russian ports. As maritime strikes intensify, the Black Sea is increasingly becoming a front line in Ukraine's economic war against the Kremlin.